していいですか。こんにちは。
こんにちは。
ここはどういうお店なんですか？
ここは VTuber と一緒にお酒が飲めるお店です。
じゃあ一緒に飲みましょ
はい、ぜひ。
Hello there, chat. How are you doing on this Saturday? As people are taking L's left and right, bigger L's, smaller L's. Some of these L's are new. Some of these L's are old. And today we're going to be talking about new L's, but I have to mention a few older L's as they are happening live. But before I do that, I'm gonna put some music on so we can enjoy this this evening, this morning, this afternoon, depending on when you find yourself in the world, and take a look at a company that is supposed to teach people valuable lessons about VTubing, but instead does just the opposite and takes cues from the worst of the worst out there when it comes to VTubing. But first, let me put that music on. It's a bit too loud. Okay, I think this is gonna be fine. Okay. Okay. So first, the older L's as they are happening. As you all know, well, probably some of you know, a Niji Sanji concert has been going on in Singapore, I believe, and well, it didn't go exactly as I imagine they planned. Well, you may be asking why. Well, it's because they couldn't actually fill the concert hall even to like 1/3, as I was seeing right there. Like, there's videos out there. There's videos out there that I retweeted. There's videos out there that I commented upon on my Twitter account, and in one of them, one of the attendants just kind of turns around all over the hall, and you can see just seats empty, like left and right, front, back, and center. And it's a little bit sad. It's I wonder if something that Niji Sanji did recently in like the recent months has contributed to this abandonment by their fan base. I don't know. Like Singapore, not that of a small place, isn't it? Like, what's the population of Singapore? I think it's quite huge, isn't it? 5.6 million. Okay, so like apart from the people that actually live in Singapore, and those that would actually dare, those that would have the mettle and the desire to go to Singapore, watch an Niji Sanji concert, I guess there wasn't none. Out of 5.6 million people, they couldn't find like, I don't know, 200 to fill in the scene. I don't know, because like by my count, as I was counting, as the Niji Sanji and girls were having their songs and shit, as they were performing, I counted like, how many was that? Like 47, 46 people, something like that. That's what I counted, and I think my count can also be generous at that point. I don't know, but the fact that they couldn't fill it at that point is something special. But to be fair to them, because I want to be fair, even to the things I dislike, even to the things I hate, we have to be fair here to a degree. This is only a part one of a part two of a two-parter ticket, because you actually needed to like buy part two in order to attend the second part of the concert, which featured more of the male side of Niji Sanji, and that's pretty much what people are mostly there there for to watch. No shade on most of the girls there, um, but it's predominantly the males that are doing all the work there, in terms of gathering views and resources to make Nijisanji a household name. But even that, dear Chad, even that is slowly going the way of the dodo, because as I was reading a particular VTuber forum called the Virtual Asylum today, someone posted a link to Vox's new stream, one of his new streams. And as you know, Vox, huge VTuber, over 1 million subscribers. Nijisanji Yen's household male VTuber name. Well, he dipped below the 4 digits. I'm sorry. I'm playing the numbers game here, but considering how much of a viewership he had beforehand, he has dipped into the 900s during his latest stream, during his current stream, because I think that stream is actually going on. Whether this is because of Niji Sanji's latest antics, probably part of it being that. Another part is that this is a collab, a collab that a lot of the Fujos in Vox's audience could simply probably not stomach. They want my lord, as they call them, all for themselves. So these other pesky males in there, probably undesirable to them. So I don't know. He'll probably bounce back from that, but it's kind of funny that that a big VTuber like that with over 1 million subscribers has come back to my territory of numbers, and I don't even care about my numbers like almost at all. But he's in the same 3 digits that I pull from time to time whenever there's like a more popular issue that people care about, as they come to this stream and watch it. But yeah, that's the old L's that I'm talking about, and I'm getting ahead of myself again, because this is not what this stream is about. This stream is about an up and coming VTuber agency, and as they would like to call themselves the VTuber Talent Academia. A place for up-and-coming VTubers to learn the ropes of VTubing, to later become household names themselves, to become superstars in the world of VTubing. And yeah, it hasn't been going on. It hasn't been going very well for dear Nexus, as I will be covering all of their antics that has been going on in the last few days, because I knew jack shit about them beforehand. I knew they kind of existed. I knew they were kind of gathering up forces via recruitment to their agency. But other than that, I was like very very uninterested in them, and I got interested the moment that they decided to reveal that they will be debuting 26 or 27 talents, I believe, on the same fucking day, and giving every single one of them 30 minutes to show their shit off. But apart from that, the only place that they were showing their stuff off is on an app, that you need closed beta access to via via signing up for it via Google Forms. And even then, when you actually do manage to get access to it, you also need an iOS device to watch it. So that also cuts the viewership in by quite a lot. By the statistics I've seen, when it comes to mobile users out there, like 20 something, about 30% of mobile users out there have access to like iOS devices. Most of the other ones like Android and others. So that already fucks with you. Not only doesn't fuck, it also fucks with the talents too, because you actually need an iOS device to stream on this shit too. which is funny to me. But we'll get into the nitty gritty and the details about this going further into the stream. I'm just giving you the TLDR of this because I know I'm not known to do that, but this time around I will do that. So there's a TLDR. Huge recruitment. 27 talents debuting on this debuting like 3 days in a span of 3 days, which is funny. I think their second day of debuts is going on right now, which is also pretty special. I think there's like 1 or 2 people restreaming that on Twitch or YouTube. I know the first day was restreamed on Twitch for them. So yeah, that's what's going on. But to give you a better idea what we're going to be doing today, I already divided this stream into several parts. We're going to be learning several things about Nexus, which kind of sounds like Nexus, you know, the one spelled with a U. I imagine this is kind of intentional. So it also kind of sounds like Nexus and Next and whatever else. You know, funky cool names that are probably very good for SEO purposes too. But considering how much pull Nexus has had in the recent kind of days, I don't know if this is gonna work out very well for them going forward, but whatever. So I divided today's stream into several things. Like, first we're gonna be taking a look at their website, because the website lists pretty much all of their goals, their mission statements, you can even call them, as they enter the world of VTubing and try to revolutionize it by a slick plan to create a VTuber academy, a VTuber school. But it also turned out that the VTuber school is kind of a killing ground for VTubers as well, in a metaphorical sense, in the battle royale kind of sense. If you watched that movie, if you read that book or read that manga, or if you even know about the concept of battle royale, as you know, the strongest survive, as the weaker players perish in terrible ways usually. Or maybe you know Hunger Games, because it's also very similar to that. Hunger Games takes the same concept of battle royale, last man standing going on. So pretty much the killing fields for VTubers. That's what it is. And we're gonna learn why that is by reading their website. So that's what we're gonna be looking on first. Then we'll take a look at the CEO, of Nexus, and what he's been up to on social media, because he started off kind of good, a little bit goofy, a little bit optimistic, I would even say, about his prospects when it comes to his VTuber agency and his company and his overall measure of success, I would even say. And then he kind of burned himself out and became unhinged as people started to criticize him about it. And he didn't take that critique very well, to the very point that he decided to issue apologies, probably written in with ChatGPT, because they don't sound like any human wrote them, which is fucking hilarious to me. That's the CEO we're gonna be taking a look at in the second part. In the third part, we're gonna be taking a look at AniLive itself, the streaming platform that's directly connected to Nexus, on which the Nexus VTubers are currently debuting, as of this moment even. We're gonna be taking a look at what these guys do, and how all of this stuff is set up for them, and how it's like counterintuitive and very not user-friendly, I would even say. And the fact that it's on iOS, which I already mentioned, doesn't help either. Because, when you start a new streaming platform, the first thing you want to do is to make it attractive for the viewers. Because, sure, making it easy to use for your VTubers so they can stream on it, that's one thing. Of course, it's a crucial thing. It's a core thing that this app should have, of course. But the second thing, making it attractive for viewers, making it like a platform that viewers would actually want to watch these VTubers on is the second thing. And it's probably the most important thing when it comes to that stuff, because why would they come to their to this platform if they can easily go watch some other VTubers on Twitch or YouTube or even other alternatives which are currently going down the drain? Because believe me, there were streaming alternatives for VTubers out there, which again went the way of the dodo because they weren't attractive enough, not only for the VTubers themselves, but mainly for the audiences. When your competitors, being the giants that are Twitch and YouTube, and even Bilibili, because Bilibili has to be mentioned here, of course, that's another big streaming platform. Even fucking make a video or twitcasting shit. Twitcasting has a better chat, is a better platform for streaming probably than AniLive is at the moment, considering all the technical problems and all of that other shit. So yeah, AniLive not very good, and I only will go into details why it's not very good. I already mentioned a few, but you have to start somewhere. Then we're going to be taking a look at, in the next part of the stream, we're going to be taking a look at the Reddit thread where an alleged person that went through the recruitment process at Nexus and had a few things to share about what they actually do and what they actually demand of their VTubers as they become their talents, and how much is demanded of them if they want to stay for an extended period of time in the agency. The account of this person seems quite valuable, seems quite legit from what they've posted. Again, this is the internet. People can lie about everything, so you can take things with a grain of salt here, but feels pretty believable. There's a lot of details shared there, even some screenshots that would kind of corroborate their story there. And we're gonna be taking a look at that. Because it's important. It kind of shines a little bit of light to what goes behind the scenes at Nexus and the expectations they have of people that would be willing to join them on this great innovative journey towards revolutionizing VTubing and not just pushing as an alternative streaming platform of a desperate company with a desperate CEO. Who knows? And lastly, we're going to be taking a look at the miscellaneous things that are connected to all of this. And those are going to include some comments from people that were also apparently going through the process of getting recruited by Nexus. And also one or two accounts about AniLive and the people that were in contact with them and the demands or rather the dealings they wanted to have with them. That's also another thing we're going to be covering here. So it's going to be something. It's probably not going to be taking too long. And don't expect many funny haha moments, even though there are. This is more of an informative stream. This is more of a buyer beware, or more like a VTuber beware kind of stream. So if you ever want to join something like Nexus, this stream will probably help to dissuade you from that decision. But you can also make up your own mind. I'm presenting the sides that I see, but you may be seeing like other sides to it. You may be seeing actual benefits to joining a company like that. Who knows? Maybe one of the Nexus talents out there that's debuting, that's already debuted, or maybe will debut in the future. Maybe that will be the next big VTuber, and Nexus will be seen as this godsend that has created this unbelievably popular and novel new kind of VTuber. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? But yeah, let's start off this stuff because there's still quite a few things to read through. And it's gonna be something. The VTuber Battle Royale Academy is gonna be a very apt name for this at the end of the stream. So let me get those screenshots up. My beloved screenshots. Where did I put those? Oh, there they are. So first, as I was saying, we're going to be taking a look at the website with all the mission statements and all the briefings that were posted there. Some news pieces as well, because there are a few available on the website, which will kind of shine a light on everything that's been going on behind. Well, they've been transparent about a few things, and that's not necessarily a good thing when it comes to VTubing and kind of the pyramid scheme, because they actually use an actual pyramid in there. Like revealing that sort of stuff is not necessarily always the best decision. But yeah, let's take a look at some of this stuff. And then the screenshot's gonna be kind of large. I'll have to manage. But yeah, this is the Nexus website. Kind of colorful, very simple, very Web 2.0. Not too much, fantastical, eye-catching stuff on it. Just, a pretty well-designed website. But that's not everything that goes into a website. A website has to be informative, and information plenty on this website. So here's our main character for the stream. This is the For Creators PTLD founder, which is one of the parent companies of Nexus. I think their HQ. I think they're situated in Singapore as well, or was it Indonesia? I don't remember exactly. That's not that important for the stream, but For Creators, one of the For Creators founders, Harry, which is also the CEO of Nexus. And here's a little bit about him and a little bit about Nexus. Here at For Creators, we have a clear vision to evolve the world of virtual entertainment. We support creators of all kinds, fostering a community that's as engaging as it is inspiring. Our goal is simple yet ambitious, to be the launchpad where passionate creators for their spark can become the start of a new digital era. As the founder of For Creators, my aim is to create opportunities for creators to shine on a global stage. We are on this journey together to not just chase the future, but to craft it with our own hands. Welcome aboard! Let's make entertainment that excites the world together. And here's one of the first, and I do believe this is the first news article on the website, which kind of introduces things in a little bit more detail. It's from December of last year, dated 14th of December 2023. For Creators PDE Ltd, CEO Harry So, hereinafter referred to as For Creators, a company operating the virtual talent academia Nexus in North America, has successfully raised funds from 9 investors in its angel round. For Creators is a creator economy cross virtual entertainment company dedicated to amplifying the world of anime and VTubers by supporting the diverse range of creators. The company's initial goal is to focus on the operations of the virtual talent academia Nexus in the North American market. Lack of space there could have made do with a little bit of spell checking there, but grounded in the rich tapestry of anime culture, For Creators is set to craft ventures that deliver excitement to otakus around the world, creating experiences that resonate with fans across diverse regions and backgrounds. The funding round saw participation from prominent angel investors, including early investors of any color, the operator of Nijisanji and Cover Corporation, the operator of HoloLive, as well as contributor from the early days of VTuber industry, whose insights and experiences are vital to the burgeoning field. And here I have to interject a little bit about this. The CEO of Nexus, Harry So, is actually followed by Yago on Twitter. which is funny. All of these people know each other, so Harry is a very connected person within this type of industry. So all of this digital entertainment stuff, Harry has a lot of connections in there. Knowing Yago from Off Cover Corporation fame, of course, the legendary Yago, is something. So he's not a nobody. He's certainly not a nobody when it comes to the world of digital entertainment. But let's take a look at some other of his angel investors. The robust group of investors, in no particular order, includes Yuzuru Honda, founder, Freakout Holdings Incorporated; Takahiro Hayashi, CEO, Heroes Incorporated; Yuichi Sojima, founder, Well Played Rises Incorporated; Kazuhide Hashida, founder, Peraichi Incorporated; Shinichiro Sada, CMO, Incorporated. That's a funny name. Angel Round Incorporated. It's fine that the angel investor is called Angel Round Incorporated as well. CEO Takumi Yokoshi, and more. Comments from shareholders. Let me make this just a little bit bigger. Those eye problems. Okay, this is good enough. Comments from shareholders. I've always been keen on investing in entrepreneurs with the global mindset, especially in business domains like VTuber, where the potential to build significant business worldwide using Japanese strength has been proven. When I was introduced to Harry, I quickly made the decision to invest, seeing the promise of a venture that could achieve great success starting in North America and then expanding across the globe. Yuzuru Honda, founder of Freakout Holdings Incorporated. When Harry approached me with the vision to create the next generation of heroes, stars like My Hero Academia, holy! You have to understand one thing. This is again a little bit of sidestep here to the story. Harry saw the CEO of Nexus is very enamored with My Hero Academia. So much so that you'll actually see My Hero Academia used on this very fucking website, with eyes of the characters censored out for whatever reason, which makes them look like victims of a crime or criminals themselves. I don't understand that, but a little bit of Harry there is a little bit of a chuny, and he feels that he can do a similar thing with My Hero Academia, just transferring it over to the world of VTubers, and that apparently is supposed to work in some shape or fashion. I don't know, but that's his dream. But let's continue reading. I feel a deep connection to my own early days of founding a company, and it inspired me to invest. Leveraging Harry's career experience and innovative technologies, I'm excited to see challenges that Nexus, Virtual Talent, and VTuber Academia in the North American market will take on. Takashi Hayashi, CEO of Heroes Incorporated. I believe that an entrepreneur's sensibilities are refined through numerous setbacks and decisive moments. Harry once made the tough decision to withdraw from his passionate business venture. When he shared his decision to me, I was struck by his reflection and beliefs that a business is worthless if it does not win. Along with a strong passion, Harry's new venture, taking on the anime and VTuber domain from day one on a global scale, may indeed be a formidable challenge. However, I have faith in his ability to stay ahead based on his experience and deep understanding of this field. Oh boy, that deep understanding is going to be challenged very soon, as you will see, Chan. Life brings a mix of good and bad each day, but let's keep the dialogue open and continue to courageously face the future. I'm wholeheartedly rooting for you. Takumi Okoshi, CEO of Angel Round Incorporated. Comments from CEO. Anime is rapidly becoming a universal language across the globe. This year, by attending various anime cons worldwide and interacting with anime fans from different countries, I realized that anime transcends languages, culture, race, and even religion. connecting people universally with the intention of bridging Japan's proud anime-based entertainment culture to the world, I founded our company. Watching anime has become a commonplace worldwide, and the anime fan base expands rapidly. There's an increasing number of fans who inspire to become virtual talents embodying the essence of their favorite anime characters. Nexus, drawing inspiration from My Hero Academia. That's again very embarrassing, but you know, let's let Harry do Harry for the moment. Aims to be the launchpad for unearthing raw talent and propelling them into the next generation of stars. Our vision at Nexus is to widely support wonderful creators from various backgrounds, building new career paths in the realm of virtual talent. So it's very clear. They want to build an academy, a school for VTubers, so they, get a step up in the world, so they can, rise to the top, so to speak. We have otaku team members and talents gathering from across the world, especially from the United States and Canada. It's an honor and a challenge to undertake the global venture in our beloved anime and visual entertainment community. We are committed to captivating anime fans worldwide and will continue to work hard towards this endeavor. Do you remember one of these comments from the angel investors there? That Hardy believes a business is worthless unless it wins. So a business that doesn't win is worthless. I wonder how Harry is going to be feeling about Nexus in the next few months to a year, as all of this is happening. Is Nexus going to be that worthless business? Very likely. So a next news piece. What is Virtual Talent Academia? Because you probably want to know, like, what the fuck is that? Like, it's all kind of very vague, kind of get the idea what it is. But let's let Harry explain to us what Nexus actually is. I'm Harry, the founder of Nexus. Thank you for your interest in Nexus' first audition. Being our first audition, I was nervous, but I'm thrilled to see the overwhelming interest and numerous questions from so many of you. And here's a few bullet points about it. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Okay. I've talked about myself for creators and the visions behind Nexus in a previous blog, so if you're interested, please read it here. This time, I want to address the frequently asked question: what does Nexus Virtual Talent Academia mean in detail? Please bear with me as it's a lengthy explanation, and here's the table of contents. Current analysis: the Indian VTuber market is at a turning point. The existing VTuber agency model is becoming unsustainable. Well, it depends on the agency. If the agency is competent enough, it's quite sustainable, but I'm getting again a little bit ahead of myself. I'm already coming to conclusions before actually reading all of that, but I will. Our answers: winning on a new platform, update to the agency model. 3. What does winning on a new platform mean? Why AniLive? What is our vision for an agency? What does Nexus being an academia mean? Creating new career paths as a company, and lastly, 6. Summary. And here is where things kind of start falling apart, if they already haven't been falling apart for you. The VTuber market is a turning point right now. I believe the content platforms such as YouTube and Instagram repeat the same cycle. Very roughly, when a platform is created, it follows the following growth cycle. 1. A superstar is born to represent the platform. 2. Many firms see the stars and enter the market looking for business opportunities. 3. Mass production of individual talents who do not belong to a firm, and small to medium-sized firms that cannot scale. 4. Platforms will become saturated and people will move on to the next platform. Well, it's more that the medium itself is going to become saturated, not the platform itself, because people are still willingly and quite readily coming to platforms like YouTube and Twitch. I mean, both of these platforms are kind of shit in general, but they're still the biggest and they're still the most widely used, and people will use them because they know that these are the keys to actually getting any sort of attention. And if you play your cards right, if you VTube correctly, so to speak, you will find some measure of success, whether it's big or small. So I wouldn't be quite so readily to agree that platforms themselves become saturated. It's more like the market itself is becoming saturated. The concept of VTubing is becoming saturated by too many VTubers, and we've seen that happening time and time again. And Nexus is not any different in those terms. They want to saturate an oversaturated market, but they're doing it all wrong, and you'll see in a moment. I believe this is true for the VTuber content category, and let's look at the transition of content platforms. Platform form: YouTube, Twitch. Big stars born: Kizuna Ai, Gaul. How you can spell Gaugura wrong? Like in your fucking news piece presentation, and leave it there like for months. Like, how do you do that? Like, if you want to make yourself seen as a academia, a place that's supposed to be teaching new VTubers about VTubing, I think one of the first thing you should get correct is spelling Gura's name right. I don't know what kind of fucking intern wrote that, but that's like one of the least problems here. If you see, like, right next to the right side, big agency is born, whole life Bishoujo Niji Sanji. This is all wrong. Like the it should be before that, because Gura, Pekora, and Kuzuha weren't there before whole life and Niji Sanji. This is the order is all wrong here. Again, Gal Gura spelled wrong. Spelled as if a Japanese person, spelled it. So I don't know what they were thinking here. Whether someone made this weird logical jump. Hey, these are big VTubers, right? It must mean that they're responsible for making VTubering as popular as it is. Like, Kizuna is in the right place. Gura, Pekora, and Kuzuha aren't. And then, big agencies born, whole life Bishoujo Niji Sanji. Again, wrong order. Long tail, independent VTubers, middle low tiered agencies. New platform, AniLive, Item, Reality, VStream, Hyper. Item and Reality, to give you a little bit of context what these are, both of these are Japanese platforms that kind of didn't take off. I don't know if they still exist, but I don't think anyone fucking uses them. I don't know if they're still operational or not. But AniLive is including themselves in that order as well. So these new platforms, as if they're fucking needed for anything. But yeah, let's continue reading. Platform: put huge budget to acquire creators and benefit creators. Big stars who earn big money and popularity show up. Many agencies follow the stars and try to replicate them. Well, no. Again, wrong fucking order. If anyone tried to replicate anything, is probably Kizuna Ai's success. Kizuna Ai kickstarted everything. From there came the big three, or maybe even the big four of VTubers, and then they were emulated by other people, and then when people saw that you can make money out of it, companies started getting formed, and we got Whole Live, we got Niji Sanji, we got Whole Live. Much later on, we got Bishoujo, and also others, bigger and smaller VTuber companies, both Western, Japanese, and from other countries as well. So again, wrong fucking order and coming to the wrong conclusions there. Know-how and tools are shared. Competition gets intense. That's something I can at least agree on. Competition within the VTubing world is pretty fucking intense. I would even call it cutthroat. Sometimes, probably almost literally, as VTubers try to step over each other and use each other for popularity gains. Happens all the fucking time, especially with indie VTubers that try to coast and ride the coattails of other bigger content creators. Happens all the fucking time. Lastly, move to new platforms to become stars and earn money more easily. Well, this hasn't happened yet. I haven't seen a big VTuber star moving to a new platform on which they can stream and make more money out of it. This hasn't happened yet. No one moved. Like no XQCs or any other streamers have moved platforms like to Kick or anything like that with VTubers to make it big there. This hasn't happened yet because YouTube and Twitch are at least friendly, user friendly enough for millions and millions of people to use them. So these new platforms, they're just kind of, unnecessary at this point. No one wants to use them because what works already just works very well at what it's supposed to be doing. So reinventing the wheel at this point is completely unnecessary. And I don't know how businessmen don't see this. Like, they have these, people, they have these business plans, they have these new business ventures that they create, and then they look for investors to, funnel some money into these projects. And I guess it's almost like a dreamlike state that they're presenting to them, like a dream more than anything else. Because when you see the VTuber landscape, you see them predominantly going to Twitch and to YouTube. These are the two big dogs, and that's where people make the most money out of VTubing. Other than merch sales, like all that additional stuff. But if you if you play the game right, you're gonna be making good money from super chats, from memberships, that kind of stuff. Especially if you're an indie, because most of that money after YouTube's cut and after taxes goes to you. You don't have to share anything with any other corporation. But yeah, all of this is like what would you even call that? Like, dream on, I would say. When you present something like that to a businessman, you better, like an investor, you better make your plan very transparent and make it as easy to understand as possible. Well, this is easy to understand despite being pretty fucking wrong. But again, over 9 investors into this stuff with information that's blatantly wrong. That's one thing. And then you think you can be the next big thing, even though you do not have the the know-how to create anything like that. And even then, if you do manage to create it, your app is lacking in features for viewers. Your app is lacking in all kinds of ways. Not to mention it's limited by devices you can use it on. But again, we'll get into that. And I'm already ranting about things I shouldn't be ranting about at this point. Let's continue reading. For instance, in Japan's market, where hundreds of people debut as VTubers on YouTube each month, winning has become increasingly difficult. This has led to rapid growth of VTuber content, specialized streaming apps like IREM and Reality in recent years, which failed, by the way. People wanting to pursue VTubing often start their careers on these platforms, going experience before trying to join larger agencies. That has given rise to a new career path for aspiring VTubers. I think the EN VTuber market is also at the turning point. Clear winners on the platforms like YouTube and Twitch have emerged, where top talents drove the majority of viewership, leaving new entrants struggling to monetize even after 1 or 2 years streaming. Brands like AniLive and VShojo have quickly dominated the VTuber space with these existing platforms. Behind their success, one wonders how many companies have had to withdraw. Well, many. By my count, at least 10 different ones that I know. But there were also other smaller ones or medium-sized ones that have been thriving recently. Like the best one I can mention is probably Face Connect. Idol is doing okay. Not as well as they supposedly supposed to be doing, but they're doing okay-ish. I can only say that they're doing okay-ish. There's Vmirai. There's many other smaller and bigger companies that are doing fine and are becoming more and more popular. And Face Connect is slowly becoming one of the big dogs in the market, and I hope they manage to become one of the top ones because they're doing things pretty well, other than logistics when it comes to shipping merchandise. That's something they really need to work on. I could probably ship all of that shit alone within a day if I wanted to. But again, going on a bit of a tangent. As demands to become VTuber rises, but the agency slots remain limited, where should these aspiring VTubers go? Now, new platforms are emerging to carry the torch forward. Nexus bets on this transition, aiming to secure a dominant position on these emerging platforms, elevating stars from our ranks into the mainstream. As the VTuber community and the market expand, we believe it's crucial to be confident by existing platforms, but create a new career path for talents, serving as a launchpad to propel many to success. And I would agree with that, but again, you have a new streaming platform that's severely limited when it comes to viewership, and you could be doing this academia shit on either Twitch or YouTube easily, but you know, you want to push your app because you have an app. Investors have invested in an app, not in a VTuber academia sort of thing. So you have responsibilities towards your investors now, so you kind of fucked yourself over. The sustainability of existing VTuber agency models is becoming challenging. As mentioned above, the market is becoming increasingly competitive, which has led to a rise in individuals wanting to become VTubers. While the numbers of agency has grown, as you might already know, many have not succeeded, leading to numerous graduations or companies folding. Happens all the time. Why is this happening? Simply put, agencies can no longer provide the level of support talents expect. Becoming a VTuber can be achievable with some investments, but to grow as a talent, one must continuously create content that satisfies VTuber fans. The challenge lies in the ever-increasing quality standards for content set by major agencies, such as top-notch creativity, 3D live performances, and super cute avatars. Talents join dreaming of achieving such quality, but small and medium enterprises with limited investment can produce content of the caliber. Meanwhile, fans accustomed to high-quality content find less polished VTubers lacking. As a result, the gap between the talents and expect from their agencies and what the company can actually provide widens. I kind of half agree with this point, but only to a certain degree, because I've seen VTubers that are much smaller. They were much smaller, with content that, you know, doesn't appeal to that many people. It isn't that widely spread when it comes to popularity, and with a model that, you know, isn't top notch, isn't the best, doesn't have, you know, the best artist behind them, doesn't have the best rigging or anything like that. But these content creators, they have a charisma, they have a personality that really sells them, and they attract people by being personable. So there are those gems out there that can do that despite, you know, all of these other elements lacking when it comes to VTubing. But I do agree on the fact that you do need to actually, you know, present yourself in an attractive way to get new viewers from the get-go. You know, those infamous pre-debuts where people try to paint themselves as, you know, the next big thing, or even a thing at this point that you could actually potentially watch on any platform. People want to be noticed, so you need something to be noticed. And if you do not stream, first and foremost, if you are a pre-debut, you need to do something on social media. You need to present yourself in some attractive ways to actually, you know, get a potential audience base. Because not everybody, and I would even say the vast majority of people that interact with you on Twitter or any other social media are not going to become your viewers. Those are just your potential viewer base at that point. You cannot count on your Twitter followers to be your stream viewers. That doesn't transfer over that well into that fact. But you need to be eye-catching. That's something I do agree with. But it's not always, you know, about the super high quality rigging or the super high quality model. It's just, you know, even if you do have that, you have that initial boost. Oh, this person might be interesting, but then they turn out to be, you know, a stick in the mud. Not that interesting altogether, and just not fun to watch. So you just kind of leaves, and your model will not save you for the life of you when that happens. So again, charisma, being personable, being hospitable to your viewers, always goes a long way, even if you don't have the best model and shit like that. Never failed the VTubers that I personally watch. Let's continue reading. Success is not easy. Simply setting up an agency and launching talents without proper planning won't work. Well, isn't that something? Isn't that something, Nexus? Proper planning. No proper planning, like you would know. You'll see. Therefore, the traditional method of investing all effort into a few talents and waiting for them to grow on a platform like YouTube or Twitch is becoming unsustainable for companies. Or we're getting into accelerate territory, if you know that popular Nijisanji meme. Accelerate the plane towards the sea, or accelerate the plane towards the Twin Towers. Crash it all with no survivors. That's how Nijisanji operates when it comes to their new VTuber waves. Accelerate. Based on this analysis, our answers for creators and Nexus are: 1. To dominate new platforms. 2. To construct a new agency model. Winning on new platforms. This winning thing, it really it really doesn't stand well with me. I'm imagining what's his face. What's the winning guy from the memes? God damn it! Drag user got AIDS. What was his fucking name? He was about winning, and he won in such a way that he got AIDS. So I hope Nexus doesn't get AIDS. It kind of seems like it has AIDS at the moment. Due to reasons mentioned earlier, as a company and industry-wide, building a leading position on the next big platform, platforms can ultimately provide more value to talents than struggling on the existing battlegrounds. Nexus and AniLive are both new and launching, and while many feel uncertain, this collaboration means a lot. We are independent. Nexus's success with AniLive first talents contribute to AniLive's success, affecting the value Nexus can offer to talents. Although independence from each other is healthy for business growth, in the long run, the close cooperating during the launching phase is crucial. By auditioning in partnership with AniLive and maintaining close communication, we aim to create new value. Yeah, Charlie Sheen, thanks chat. That I meant Charlie Sheen. This unique opportunity allows talents to grow with a promising platform from the start. Joining Nexus now means having the chance to become one of the first stars on the new platform. Why AniLive? AniLive, stream anytime, anywhere. Well, anywhere on an iOS device. In the traditional platforms I discussed above, it's crucial to have a place where emerging talents can succeed. I believe AniLive is the place for NVTubers. Goddamn, I'm getting fucking what was it called? Oshi. I'm getting Oshi vibes from this, and Oshi was even worse because it was only a voice-only platform. I bet that thing is crashing and burning at this point because I haven't heard from them for quite a bit. I'm sure they're still posting on social media with some huffing and puffing and blowing smoke up your ass, but I haven't heard of them since. I haven't looked into it. I doubt they have any measure of success. I'll leave out of the detailed explanation of AniLive, as they will be sharing more about it soon. However, as indicated by their tagline, stream anytime, anywhere, it's a platform aiming for everyone to easily stream as VTubers, build deep community connections, and monetize their content. Streaming from a smartphone app allows for a casual, frequent broadcast, making the talent streams an indispensable part of fans' lives. My past experience at 17 Live, although not a virtual focused platform, showed that the successful streamer broadcasts almost daily, creating a comforting community from a good morning to good night for their fans. This is why the additional requirements include streaming for 2 hours over 20 days, totaling over 40 hours, suitable for those who can habitually stream daily, regardless of their daily schedules. So like a job, pretty much. Oh damn, that's quite a lot. There are VTubers out there that cannot stream like once in a week. Like they have problems streaming like an hour in a week. So 2 hours over 20 days, 40 hours, it's quite a lot. God damn. That's certainly a requirement. We understand if the streaming style doesn't suit everyone and encourage finding your own path if that's the case. Our goal with AniLive is to start by habitually streaming frequently to build and monetize a core fan community, gradually expanding our activities to mainstream platforms. But I mean, how gradually? Like at what point do you transition to these different platforms? I mean, again, first you would have to grow your AniLive, and considering what I've seen with the numbers for AniLive with those debuts, this is gonna take forever, if like almost literally forever, to the point where it's never gonna happen. And here's their model for the agency, where we get into the real funny stuff. The vision for the next generation agency. We aim to redefine the role of an agency in the evolving landscape, recognizing the limitations of traditional agency models we focus on. 1. Fostering a competitive and uplifting community. 2. Providing unique opportunities accessible only through the agency. 3. Offering flexible support tailored to the talents, growth phases, and needs. 4. Building a supportive brand that underlines all these elements. Ideal agency model in the new era. Community. Not just offer knowledge, but offer community to grow together. Exclusive opportunity. Offer benefits that are not accessible from independent creators. Composability. Offer a different package of support based on creators' needs. Brand. Belonging to the agency and add positive brand value to the creators even after graduation. It's kind of a it's right but wrong at the same time, because let's take an example of for example, like Selen and DocuBird. Selen, you could say, thanks to Niji Sanji's brand, Selen got the opportunity to grow big, to get noticed, to help her rise in fame. Selen did that because she's personable and fun to watch. And she gathered a huge fan base of her own. And once she got fired and came back to DocuBird, her fans followed her there. But Niji Sanji is a like a fall guy here. Like, Niji Sanji is not responsible for that success. Like, it's almost all Selen. Niji Sanji just provided, like a background. All of that other work, all of that is Selen. All of that popularity that she managed to gain is for Selen. So, Niji Sanji's brand value actually fucking decreased after Selen left. After Selen got fired, and then Pomu also graduated. Their value as a brand decreased. So if you treat your talents fucking wrong, and if the talents come from an agency that has a bad reputation, these VTubers are just gonna pack their bags and fucking leave, and your brand will gain jack shit from it. I don't know. They are in La La Land with a lot of these things. They really think they can make it with their plan. Talents have access to knowledge, tool, and opportunities depending on what they want to do. You can gain your friends and rivals with the same goals and of career/life. rivals. That's gonna be something going forward. Even after graduated, the trust and community is still there to support them. Yeah, the VTubers, but not the brand, usually. You're not HoloLive. Successful agencies, not just in the VTuber industry, but across various fields, embody these principles. Conversely, needs that can be met individually, like finding a manager or seeking streaming support, diminish the necessity of an agency if that's all they offer. We envision agency taking to a prestigious university like Harvard. Yeah, sure. And you spell Galgura wrong. Being part of such community not only means meeting great peers and rivals, but also gaining access to exclusive courses, internships, and study abroad opportunities. This model allows for customized lessons and support, enhancing the individual and collective credibility through their brand. This is the agency model we at For Creators strive to realize. And here's the cringy part. See here, there's that My Hero Academia image with, and if you squint hard enough, like let me zoom in on this. See, all of the characters have their eyes censored out with black bars. I don't know what the fuck that is supposed to mean. Was this image like that, like in the first place? I doubt it. Like, why would this image be censored in the first place? I do not understand. Whenever you censor someone's eyes, usually they are either some kind of criminal or they're a victim of a crime. So I do not understand the intention behind this. It's very weird to me. Very, very chuny, by the way, as I was saying. The essence of Nexus is an academy. To clarify first, Nexus basically operates on a revenue share model similar to many talent agencies with special focus on emerging talents. Nexus aims to be launched for many talents to achieve their dreams. The term academia, which has nowadays especially has a very negative connotation, is used to align Nexus with an ideal agency model, setting different expectations for talents compared to other agencies. At Nexus, we provide a comprehensive curriculum, avatar creation, usable assets to help emerging talents overcome numerous hurdles. Importantly, we are committed to fostering a community that emphasizes mutual support and collective improvement. This approach ensures that every talent can learn, grow, and contribute within a nurturing environment, which is gonna kind of be countered very, very soon, as you will see, chat. Additionally, Nexus aims to create unique opportunities such as special guest lectures with top talents and professionals. This has already happened, and I will also touch upon this. Nexus had two guest speakers talking about their journey as VTubers, as like, you know, sort of guest lecturers for the academia, for the academy part of it. Streaming and exposure on AniLive and more. Emphasizing the academia concept allows gathering over 100 talents to form a large community, different from agencies composed of only a few talents. Already over 20 talents have joined the first wave, and the audition aims to recruit 20 more. The goal is to share best practices and knowledge amongst senpai and kohai to build a trustworthy brand, Nexus talent. Furthermore, the concept of academia within Nexus embodies our desire to respect the autonomy of our talents. Unlike traditional agencies that dictates a uniform branding strategy, we encourage talents to independently decide their direction and strategy. They are also free to choose their curriculum and other offerings, allowing for a personalized path that respects their individuality and fosters self-directed growth. Which is a lot of words for, let them do whatever the fuck they wish, and maybe at one point they will ask for help, and maybe we'll give it to them, or maybe not, depending on what they need. Because I highly doubt an agency like this has, experts in every fucking brand to help them, because VTubers have a lot of different ideas for streams, and I doubt people that would be managing them are experts in all of these fields. And considering how many of these fuckers they are, they say here, they recruited 20 at this point, are 27, and a lot of them fell through, I imagine, and they wanted to have a 40 in total. So that's a huge fucking mess. Managing one talent can be a fucking hassle, especially if they're a Menhera retard. It happens very often within VTubers. You probably understand based on the streams that I do. So managing managing people that have mental problems on top of that, because that's like a prerequisite, like even a requirement to be a VTuber, can be quite straining on the manager, you can imagine. What an idea. Let's continue. Now I hope you can see the reason behind the referring to the anime all the time. Did you find our edition movie is a complete parody of that? Okay, Chunies. Here it is. Here's where it gets bizarre. Here where it gets into the territory of the battle royale that people keep talking about when it comes to this particular agency. And they dress it up in very nice words. Support tailored to commitment. Please understand that while we provide an environment for talents to autonomously utilize with sufficient support systems in place, very doubtful by the way, individualized support for each person will be less. Consider the analogy of universities or high schools. Services aren't equal for all. Well, when it comes to high schools and universities, shouldn't most students be equal? Unless there's some weird nepo shit going on in there. That's very sketchy to put in there. Very, very sketchy. You know, when I think of high schools, when I think of universities, I would think that, you know, students are equal in terms of the curriculum that they get. And they don't necessarily should get special treatment even if their grades are better. Because that sets a very bad precedent. That sets a very bad outlook for other students. When, you know, one student becomes the teacher's pet while others suffer because they're lesser students. Those other students, they also need help, you know. They need to be brought up to a level. But also, let's not forget, you know, certain schools have certain requirements for specific classes to, you know, get to a certain level. Like scoring levels need to be, you know, average. Some score averages do happen at certain schools. And even in those cases, you know, lecturers, teachers aim to rise everybody up, not just, you know, provide favored treatment to the best students. So this is not a school environment. This is, again, like a battlefield environment. More diligent students often receive more attention and support from teachers, which shouldn't be like that. While those who neglect their studies and attendance might not graduate. Yes, but those students need the most help. Like schools need graduated students. They don't need failed students. Don't these people know how schools are supposed to operate? Like, unless it's a very bad school that doesn't give a fuck about those things. But, you know, I don't understand this mindset. This is not how it's supposed to be when it comes to any academic institution. This is just wrong. While equal opportunities for learning are provided, leveraging them depends on the students' initiative. Similarly, in Nexus, we actively support those who demonstrate high level of engagement and ambition. If you want to call it as favoritism, it might be true in a sense. Well, I'm glad you admit it. But please understand. Please understand, though. I like that. Please understand that we will do it more systematically. It's gonna be systematic. It's not gonna be not gonna be subjective. It's gonna be a system in place for that. Just like Battle Royale, they also had a system. Specifically, we're establishing a system that rewards talents who achieve good results in various Nexus events and competitions. We aim to create a community where the competitive environment transparently benefits those who excel. The business of talent management involves investing in talents initially and recouping the investment over the medium to long term. Joining Nexus means we're investing in you first and foremost. Hence, we wish to work exclusively with those passionate about realizing their dreams. Given the inherent exposure to rankings, to subscriber numbers, or concurrent viewers after debut anyway. Well, considering the numbers I've seen they had on AniLive for their debuts, I'm guessing with the concurrence they will be fighting, like literally they will be fighting tooth and nail for 1 and 2 viewers. That's how competitive it's gonna get within AniLive if they still decide to stream on that platform. These fuckers, these 27 talents at the moment. Next wave coming soon, by the way, because this is only the first wave. There's gonna be more than 27. All of them are gonna be fighting for singular viewers, left and right. That's gonna be fun, isn't it? Those preferring a competitive, free, leisurely pace may not find alignment with a talent agency. Individuals desiring a stable salary or just follow instructions may not match well with Nexus. We appreciate further consideration to avoid any mismatch in expectations. So at least they're honest about, you know, if you don't want to join this shit show of a battlefield, you do not have to. Be warned, this is what we're doing, like, very publicly. Creating a new career path for virtual talents. As Nexus, we are focused mainly on our initiatives. I'd like to share our broader corporate aspirations. In essence, we aim to forge new career paths for virtual talents, and here's the pyramid. Again, with that fucking My Hero Academia image. This time, I don't think their eyes are censored in there. Again, the top students of My Hero Academia. This is just fucking cringy. Build a new career path. Top talent production in the future. Total support for professionals. Only talent who established fan base are entitled to join. Nexus Virtual Talent Academy. Curriculum to learn from the basic to the advanced. Meet friends and rivals to compete and train each other. I mean, I watched and read quite a bit of Hero Academia, My Hero Academia. And sure, they compete against one another, but it's mostly about cooperation with them, like making hero teams. The team aspect is very big in My Hero Academia. Rivalry is happening there, yes, but the top students, like, sure, they're top students, they're gonna be big heroes in the end, but teamwork is crucial in there. But here, Nexus is more focusing on the competitive aspect of that, and you know, only the top, the cream of the crop getting into the top talent production opportunities there. So not really like My Hero Academia, more like an evil version of it. Initially, Nexus will concentrate on establishing a foundation in streaming and building fan communities on simple streaming platforms like AniLive. Starting on YouTube and Twitch can be overwhelmingly complex for beginners. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm an idiot, and I stream on YouTube, and that was fairly easy to set up. there are so many people that it's not hard. Streaming on Twitch or on YouTube is not fucking hard. That's just stupid. That's just a stupid statement to make. Overwhelmingly complex for beginners? No. No, it isn't. Hence our emphasis on AniLive to construct a solid base. Cultivate habitual streaming. We advocate for high level of commitment. Recommending streaming for 2 hours over 20 days or more. As talents progress through our curriculum, we'll guide them towards diversifying their revenue streams and expanding their presence across multiple platforms, ensuring they receive support as their careers develop. You'll learn something new about their streaming opportunities too soon, Chad, because you know how VTubers operate? VTubers can do all kinds of streams out there, like video game streams, singing streams, Zatsu dance, what have you, like hand cam streams, mixing a little bit of that in real life content with the VTuber stuff, like all kinds of varieties. But AniLive doesn't believe in that because they don't have the structured environment to support that, and you'll see in a moment why. So being in Nexus is like being a VTuber on hard mode and hardcore mode. So you can actually die. You can actually die, and you do not resurrect within Nexus. So it's like being a VTuber in hardcore mode. That's what I compare it to. Talent support needs evolve as they establish their foundation. This can range from marketing to merchandising, and even tax handling. When talents reach this phase, we as for creators envision setting up a distinct agency tailored to meet up these advanced needs. The journey from emerging talent-friendly platforms like AniLive to mainstream success in beginning worldwide. We aim to adapt our support to match the growth phases of our talents. So, in essence, if you're a shitter that doesn't get anywhere, you don't get anything. Ensuring they always feel adequately supported and never lack in benefits. We are committed to providing all our talents success and satisfaction. And with the summary here, what does Nexus aspire to achieve? Dominating new platforms. AniLive is set to become the next big stage for the V community. We aim to create numerous stars. Good luck with that. A new academy-style talent agency. It's designed for those with high motivation, dreams that we're serious about achieving. It requires proactive mindset to fully utilize. This approach might not be for everyone, especially if it sounds daunting and unappealing. We're fully committed to combing these elements to ensure the grand success of our talents. While some might be surprised or disappointed, or disappointed by this direction, we believe others will be excited and will look forward to their applications. Most questions we received via marshmallows should be answered within this document. We look forward to your application. And that's the website for you, chat. It's not looking very good, looking very sketchy to say the least. And not knowing what a school environment is supposed to be like, all of that very unhealthy potential competition going on within the talents, setting it up in a pyramid scheme where all of the top talents at the tippy top, whilst all the others just cannot not survive the environment. Not looking very good at all. But this is not where it ends. This is just where it starts, because the shit show is a little bit bigger than that. So this was the first thing. This was the website. Now we're getting into the CEO of all of this, Harry himself, as his career, you could even call that, on Twitter. He has made quite a name for himself, despite the very meager amount of followers and stuff like that. So yeah, this is one of his accounts. He has two. One is his Japanese account at I am Harry_so. This is his I don't know what to call this. This is his gimmick Nexus CEO account, where he presents himself as an owl professor. And this is what we're going to be taking a look at. Some of his tweets here and there. I'm probably not going to be reading all of them, but just to give you an idea how this guy behaves, because kind of behaves quite normal at first, but then when things start to get sour, he kind of gets a little bit unhinged, as you will see. Yeah, here's him promoting Nexus and their website and their forum to get themselves new recruits to the agency. With the support of our prominent investors, we are launching Nexus, getting ready to say hi to the community soon. It's from December last year. Thanks to VTuber Newsdrop and an amazing partner, Jay Agnoy. Took me 2 months to talk with all the investors and finalize the deal. Then 1 more month to contract and payment. Now it's finally time to focus on building things. Let's go! And here's him visiting Niji Sanji Fest. What a waste of time. I feel like about 70% of attendees were women, and around 30% were teenagers. Well, isn't that something for Niji Sanji? Did you expect anything else? It's rare to find an IP that's so broadly loved by both men and women of all ages around the world. That's kind of contradicts your first sentence, because most of them are women and fucking children. So you know, it kind of says something a little bit about what demographic and age group Niji Sanji is popular with. They're not as beloved as you think they are, especially right now. Niji Sanji having created this enthusiasm in just 5 years is truly remarkable, and the way they're syncing themselves even faster is even more remarkable. So taking lessons from Niji Sanji is bad. Agencies should allow for this is him commenting on a Polygon article. So true. Agencies should allow talents for experiment, so long as it isn't hurting anyone. More risk taking, trying to branch out in other ways instead of simply just streaming or following pre-established methods. Yeah, I don't think you know, Nexus's model will provide a very healthy environment for these VTubers, especially not one where they wouldn't hurt themselves or others at the same time. The initial stage of the startup has to build a team only with those who are passionate about what the company is trying to achieve and motivated enough to commit to make contributions on its success. One small concern can corrupt the whole organization. No naysayers within the company. All positives. I do believe, like, when you have a startup, when you have a small company, people have to be passionate about what they want to do with it, because, you know, if someone isn't on board, they probably shouldn't be there in the first place. But when you already have an established company like that, you know, having people being critical of you helps a lot. But Harry doesn't believe in criticism, which you will see eventually. He's also a fan of Face Connect. Really love how they announced this. Here's their announcement from January that Face Connect is, you know, releasing their new JP branch soon. Here's Harry commenting on what happened to Vector, you know, that terrible VTuber agency currently known as 910 Incorporated. Vector completely rebranded to be a domestic live agency in Japan. It's challenging to be successful as a VTuber agency always. Here's Harry commenting on Hololive Fest. This is super. Want to create these colorful arts with our talents. Here's them commenting on AniLive from February. Something cool has just launched. And here's Captain, the CEO of AniLive. And if you need to be a little bit more introduced to Captain is the former CEO of what was it called? Prism Project, which is now dead because Sony decided that they aren't profitable enough. So this is the former CEO of that. So RIP Prism Project. Long live AniLive, I guess, as a new venture, this time specifically made for streaming. Yeah, here's them basically patting each other on the backsides as CEOs like to do, as entertainment moguls like to do. Here's Harry commenting on Filian's clipping venture, which most VTubers didn't understand why this is actually beneficial for VTubers. And he actually, you know, decided to support it to the point where he tweeted this out on his own. Here's the launching of Nexus, him promoting that. Here's a retweet of the AniLive video presentation about their platform with Captain speaking about it. Here's Harry talking about the blog post they wrote that we read beforehand. And here's that website again, pesky website, and them and him showing like trends within VTubing and stuff like that. We're not gonna be going through that because that's pretty much uninteresting. No new insights in there that I already haven't told you about here. And more of the same stuff. And as I was saying sometime in the beginning of the stream, Nexus had 2 guest speakers as sort of lecturers talking about their journey as VTubers in the form of Ponkalopi and Filian, talking about, you know, their journey as VTubers. And I hope they were paid for these gigs. I really hope so. And yeah, Nexus basically used them as talking heads to also promote their own shit. Are you ready to join the special opportunities? We made the spots open for non-Nexus talents too. Look forward to your application, meeting you in the session. Hosted a study session with Ponkalopi Sensei and was incredibly insightful. Successful creators always have a reason behind their success, which is simply put, the commitment to daily habits and the sheer volume of work they put in stood out as extraordinary. Or sometimes it's also a little bit of luck. That also helps. Because, you know, I know VTubers that have extraordinary talents and have very good work ethic and can stream on the daily, but they also sometimes not make it because of various factors. Sometimes a thing like luck is just not on their side. It just happens as well. You cannot have a measured success just by, you know, thinking about 1 or 2 factors. It's all kinds of factors along with circumstances and a little bit of luck that creates success within entertainment industries. That's just how it is. Sometimes even the people you surround yourself with help you create that success, and people that push you forward towards that success. I can't imagine Nexus being that, though. Was so insightful, says Captain. And here's Filian giving a lecture on their own. Let me have a small drink, chat. My throat is drying up. Hold up. Invited Filian to do a special lecture. It was amazing. The growth of creators is too similar to that of startups. Here's my learnings. And here's a post about Filian's lecture there. Do backflips. Do a lot of backflips. Make George Floyd jokes. No, I'm just joking. Filian is a success on her own via many factors that I mentioned. Being at the forefront of VR chat VTubers has also helped Filian grow quite a bit in the first place. But yeah. Collaboration should start with an elevator pitch. Be clear about what you can offer and make your proposal accordingly. Keep searching for content that fits, constantly pivoting. Never just have a casual chat without any planned content. Well, you know, that also kinda doesn't work sometimes, because I've seen VTubers shoot the shit about random shit. Have you seen what this motherfucker called Kenji does? Do you think that motherfucker plans anything? Do you think that retard does anything that's planned? And he still gets viewers again? Doesn't always have to be the fucking case. You cannot put anything, you know, you cannot measure everything as, you know, good things that will surely help you within your VTuber career. These are things that could potentially help you. If it works out for you, that is. but it may just not work out for you. Planning sometimes, even planning your chats, that doesn't have to work out sometimes. Planning works for some, doesn't work for others. Sometimes a VTuber just wants to shoot the shit with you, talk about random stuff, and then they still get viewers. Just, it all depends on the person and their own particular circumstances. The last one and the most important, always focus on entertaining the person in front of you. Thanks, Philian. Well, that's something I can agree with. You have to be entertaining in some ways. Whether you show your ass, or you talk about showing your ass, or you talk about random shit, helps a lot. Or you talk about feds, that also helps some VTubers. As long as you can make it entertaining for the people that watch you. Here's them Harry mentioning about the Nexus auditions. Captain is one of the most trusted and energetic Japanese entrepreneurs. Very honored to work with him and his team. AniLive, let's go. Fire. Many people asking why new platform, why academia, why so many talents? Of course, there are reasons and strategy. Thinking how I should share them to those considering to apply for auditions. Blog, video, voice call. My new icon. Here's the headmaster of Nexus, Kocho Sensei. Oh, Mr. Owl. You will be known for the wrong things. Auditions closed. Thank you everyone for sending wonderful applications. I'm so impressed to see the creativity you performed in the intro video. But looking at all the applications one by one, I want to shout out, it's Nexus, not Nexus. Well, I'm sorry, Harry, but it's also Gaugura, not Gaulagura. So take notes. You're supposed to be academics. You're supposed to be teaching people. And proper spelling is like, 101 on that one. And here's Harry reflecting on the auditions for the first round of applicants. Nexus auditions, first round reflections and future tips for auditioning. We just wrapped up the first round of auditions for Nexus and sent the results one by one. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to every single applicant. Your passion and enthusiasm have not only touched us, but have also reinforced our commitment to making Nexus an even better community for aspiring VTubers. After an exhaustive review process, we have made some tough decisions. It's never easy to let go of such incredible potential, but limited by our current capacity, we had to. Well, yeah, sure. I'm quite sure you're limited, considering how many talents you're fucking debuting, and you want like twice as much going forward. In order to express my gratitude to all who applied and to offer something that may help you in your future endeavors, I'd like to share what aspects of applications tend to stand out from a selection of committee's perspective, based on my reflections from this audition. It's crucial to note that the observations about to share are based on my personal viewpoint and are not exhaustive or exclusive criteria for Nexus or any other agency. The aim is to shed some light on what could make an application more compelling, in hopes that these guidance will be valuable for anyone considering future auditions. Let's take a look on some of his reflections. Standing out, the essence lies in how distinctly you can present your passion and stand out from the rest. 1. Intro videos. On the topic of introduction videos, I view them quite similarly to love letters. Oh no. It's crucial to step back and objectively assess whether your video will capture the attention of a busy selection panel. It's similar to TikTok and Shorts. TikToks and Shorts are for ADHD riddled Zoomers. They grab your attention frequently and let it go as fast as that. The ability to grab attention in the first 30 seconds or even the first 10 seconds or 5-minute video is vital. I can agree with that, but again, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, annoying. But you're not creating TikTok on YouTube short VTubers. You're creating someone that has to be streaming for hours to people, so they need to present themselves in a long form fashion. So even if they start out slow, they may have something to offer down the line. So kind of a bad outlook. You're not looking for TikTok stars here. You're looking for VTubers that can stream for hours. Preparation, clear messaging, and accessible presentation are key. It's also important to ensure your voice is audible and clear. These are fundamentals every content creator should master, which I don't disagree with. Interestingly, we noticed applicants submitting template interactions videos that were likely sent to multiple agencies. Imagine receiving a love letter addressed to no one in particular. Would that excite you? Passion is what truly matters. To really connect, your introduction needs to be heartfelt message to specific team or organization. Well, sorry, I think some VTubers, and I think a lot of VTubers have these fallback plans, and you aren't an established VTuber agency. You don't have any credentials to your name, so of course people applying to you will not put as much effort into their applications as to, let's say, Niji-sanji or AniLive or Face Connect or whatever, because you are a no-name agency and they have their fallback plans. Like you're the second or third choice at that point. 2. Regarding streaming experiences. Nowadays, anyone can stream from anywhere, even without a PC. Though VTubing presents a higher barrier to entry, there's why platforms like AniLive exist. If you're serious about becoming a streamer, I'd highly recommend trying to out at least once. While having streaming experience is not direct criterion for selection, a lack of experience might suggest a lack of passion to some. Well, I have this one tip to any prospective streamer. Before you put all of your eggs into one basket, like say you buy a model that costs thousands of dollars, try out streaming first. Like, see if you actually like streaming to an audience. Get some kind of audience first. Do not invest money into something you're not sure you're gonna be actually liking in the first place. Like, common sense advice for free for you. 3. Social accounts. This one is pretty stupid to me. Typically, applications without any social media details tend not to progress. If you're not using the social accounts at all, you should use them to study from professional creators. If you intentionally didn't put in application, you seem like hiding something from us. Additionally, applicants who discovered the audition via X but failed to follow Nexus account often get perceived as lacking passion. This is the stupid part. VTubers do not want to fucking dox themselves or their PLs, their other accounts to others. So they just don't want to be found for their own safety. Usually, it's not for the lack of passion. It's for security reasons. A lot, some of the ones that have more common sense, the others do that. They do not go, I'm gonna follow this and this VTuber agency and I'm gonna scream about it to everybody so that they know that I'm getting and I'm applying, and I'm sorry guys, looks like I got in. Gotta lock my shit up so you do not find it. People do not do that. People, at least the people that I have seen, and I have seen people that do that. Oh, I applied to this and this thing. I did not get in, or I'm applying as this and this to AniLive or Niji-sanji. Yeah, you're never getting it at that point. If you cannot keep your private information private to this degree, it's never gonna fucking happen in that situation. So yeah, it's not for the lack of passion, dear Harry. It's for security reasons. And you, with your VTuber Academia, should know how this works, but you don't. You just don't. 4. Internet environment. While the necessity of high-speed internet varies by location, having reliable access is increasingly becoming a crucial skill in the online era. A slow connection risks team disruptions, making it challenging for companies to invest in such creations. Again, not correct. not correct on that fact. A slower connection doesn't necessarily mean a less stable fucking connection. It's not necessarily like that. I can have all the high-speed internet in the world, but the connection can be fucking unstable if your ISP is shit. And a lot of ISPs are shit. So again, slow doesn't mean unreliable in this sense. Like if you're on a dial-up modem, I don't know who the fuck is on a dial-up modem in this day and age, but that's a a disruption just waiting to happen. But even if you have a slower connection, if it's a good, reliable connection, it doesn't disconnect you and is faultless. I know there are connections like that out there. I've been to Sweden. I've seen their fucking internet. Then you're gonna be fine. It doesn't have to be a fast connection like at all. It just has to be fucking stable. I've covered quite a bit here, but again, I want to clarify that these observations do not solely constitute Nexus selection criteria, and thank God they do not. The results of this round were determined through a comprehensive evaluation of all aspects of each application. I hope these insights provide some guidance to aspiring VTubers planning to audition in the future. Remember, every agency, including Nexus, looks for different qualities, and not making it through one audition does not define your worth or potential. To everyone who applied, thank you once again. Your drive and creativity are what makes VTubing community so vibrant. Let's keep chasing our dreams and look forward to possibility working with so many of you in the future. Or just a few of you. Those that will survive the Hunger Games, the VTuber Hunger Games. And here's them talking about Nexus Cup. This is also a little bit enlightening. Nexus Cup recap. Over the weekend, we hosted an internal event called Nexus Cup. Talents take turns to mock stream and others send feedback. Every talent has different color that we can learn from. How to structure the contents, how to interact with audience, how to utilize sound effects and materials, all different. Leveraging the variety of talents we have, it gave us opportunities to analyze the performance objectively from different angles. I hope it gave you new insights to everyone. Well, how you value these performances is, very, very subjective. I cannot call it objective in any way because what you like for your talents that may not necessarily reflect what the audience is like. So already doing this shit in the bubble as some sort of test debut or whatever may help you to evaluate these VTubers on your terms. But whether the audiences actually like what you have to offer is another thing entirely. So again, very weird to do it like that. What is talent management? Lately, I've been chatting with folks who have experience managing talent, and it's clear we're not all the same page about what it means. In my view, all management efforts should contribute to goal achievement. Whether it's talent, team, or project management, if our talks with talent don't lead them to getting psyched up and making moves to hit those goals, then we're not really managing. Just telling talent what to do or hanging out with them isn't managing. That's more like being a buddy or an assistant. Seems like a lot of people miss the point. What are your thoughts? A manager can be many different things, Mr. Harry of Nexus CEO. They can do as little as talking to you as being your buddy and helping you with mundane tasks that you don't want to do something more serious as organizing events, organizing permissions for certain things, organizing merchandising deals, all kinds of deals that you can think of that are connected to VTubing, to answering your emails. A manager can also be your secretary. Manager is a very open word when it comes to that, and doesn't have to be as grand as what you think it is, and it also doesn't have to be as small as what I presented here. But VTuber managers, I think all of them should have this one ability. You should be able to deal with the mentally ill. You should be able to wrangle people. People need wranglers. There's so many VTubers out there that could benefit from a person like that. you have to deal with their mental illness on a daily basis and know how to combat that so they don't make fools of themselves online and get themselves cancelled by other retards on social media. You have to know that. You have to know that, or you're gonna be a failing manager. Remember, getting into VTuber management means predominantly dealing with the mentally ill in all capacities and in all kinds of intensities of that mental illness. Here's AniLive CEO showing a pre-launch as they all talk to each other in a big, massive group chat. We had a pre-launch session with Nexus live team. Team's great vibe really motivated me. Something big is coming soon. You know, I have to go on a little tangent here, chat. I have to talk about this because I hate this brand of because this is also part of corporate speak. I hate it when talking heads of corporations talk to each other on social media and just gas each other up, because to me this always seems like an advertisement and always seems fake as shit to me. Like, if you have a product, like any product, advertise that product. Let the product speak for itself. Don't gas it up in a way that makes me hate you. Like do not talk about how great your team is or how and how amazing your team is and shit like that. As a viewer, as a consumer, I do not give a shit how good your team is. I want to see the product. That's what I want to see. And in this case, the product are VTubers. Advertise your VTubers. Otherwise, I didn't give a shit. Just advertise your fucking product. Like, let me consume. Please, let me consume. Let me read the super chat. Let me consume that super chat. Mama Oko, thank you for the 5. My VTuber manager has managed people before me. I think I can wrangle me pretty well. Well, I know there are VTubers that can handle themselves because they aren't that mentally ill to make fools of themselves for the whole internet. But there are people out there that cannot handle themselves for the life of them. So that's advice to these people and the people that are dealing with them specifically. But yeah, that's what I hate about corpo speak on social media. It's fake, almost always disingenuous, and almost always lying about how great it fucking is for everybody. And here it's where it becomes a little bit unhinged, because Harry has started to receive a little bit of critique here and there, because not everybody has been liking what Nexus has been doing, and Harry has taken exception to that. I will go poke all the people who want to criticize Nexus just because you see the number of talents and new platform, smiley face. You'll never know what we're working on. I won't forgive people who just want to be blocker of industry growth, double smiley face. You can really see that his ego is getting a little bit hurt here. He thinks himself and his Nexus as the next fucking big shit. You can clearly tell just from these few sentences. The blocker of industry growth. This is all about fucking you, not about anything fucking else. This is about your pet project that you want to push on people. Like, can these people stop pretending this is to further things and it's not to make money? Because I do not believe CEOs that are responsible to several investors have to have these motivations, have these grand open motivations that they want to do good for everybody, make the industry grow, and make people successful. You remember how Harry, like one of the investors, even said that Harry himself considers business that is not successful worthless. So yeah, Harry, you're disingenuous, Harry, and it really shows. And even the people that support you said kind of mentioned that. So congratulations on that part. And here's Harry having a little bit of a chuny moment with a where he comments on the fan art with him with a kind of a Death Note sort of thing on a One Piece styled wanted poster. Nexus secrets as the Death Note. This is useful, says Nexus CEO. Boss, calm down. We got Ryuk on our side. Damn it. Let's go. Getting criticism is a good sign. We're doing a new thing. Basic people can't understand our true battle starts here. Chat, if you think debuting 27 talents in 3 days is pretty fucking stupid, then you're basic. You do not understand. You do not understand the lofty futuristic goals of Nexus and its CEO Harry. You're a basic bitch. And that's why I put it in the thumbnail for this stream, saying you are basic, because Harry thinks you're a basic bitch for that. And again, Harry becomes a little bit unhinged as he is getting criticized left and right for this shit. We're making fun of Niji Sanji acceleration, but these guys are going full faster than life drive. And here's Harry responding very passively aggressively with a pensive smiling face, something like that. I don't remember what this emoji was called. But this is all one wave? You'd love them. You love them all, says Harry. Here's my favorite Chumba. Donnie Darko is a treasure. he always knows how to rile people up. It's an exclusive app. Even Whole Life lost half of its viewer base streaming on Twitch. Is this a good idea? Harry responds with, that's why new platform has big opportunity for new VTubers. Why so many VTubers on an exclusive app? This seems to be a bad idea to separate your audience potential so thin. New platform always brings new opportunities. You'll see what it means. Which means nothing, because you have no data to support that. I feel bad for these 27 individuals who are being used to promote a dead-on-arrival streaming platform. I don't know what this set of emojis means from Harry, but is this like him sidestepping the issue? What does this mean? Or did he just randomly press some emojis on his phone keyboard? On his phone, sorry, phones don't have keyboards anymore. Well, some of them do, but some of them just have fucking screens. I don't know what he meant by this, but seems kind of, again, passive aggressive with all of these emojis just spammed as an answer. What a professional he is. This man, mind you, born in 95, so how old is he now? I can't do quick mental math, so I don't know. But he's not a young lad. That's for certain. And he's a CEO of multiple companies that people have invested millions of dollars into. And he goes and is starting to have meltdowns on fucking social media. But it gets funnier, chat. It gets much funnier than that. Good luck for them, but massively introducing 25 plus VTubers in a span of 3 days is a bad practice. You'll see. And there's more. 27 debuts across 3 days on an obscure proprietary app that requires you to sign up for it by filling out a Google Doc form. We'll get to that, by the way. I've seen much better business plans fail horribly. This is cruel. What's your business plan? You'll never know what we're up to. Where is your business plan, chud? Where are your angel investors, motherfucker? Do you have a business plan? I do. I don't think you need an explanation that this is highly unprofessional what he's doing, and it's very childish too. What a dumbass. Continue on. Let's go. Getting criticism. Good sign we're doing new things basic people can understand and true battle starts here. By the way, he retweeted himself on this one. I didn't catch that, but he retweeted this this basic people comment. But there's more. He had more very wise replies to people. The Battle Royale environment you rumored to be doing, if true, will drastically discourage future applicants and bring bad PR, which is another disadvantage to your model. Again, start with a reasonable amount. Thank you for your amazing plan. Good luck with your business, Chud. Where is your business plan? Again. This guy has a fucking ego if you don't fucking see it. Like, his ego is fucking hurt. He's taking this shit personally. Like, and again, imagine this. This is the VTuber Academia. These are the people that are supposed to be teaching you how to handle yourself in the very volatile world of online entertainment. And this is how the CEO of that organization is acting. Who is this motherfucker going to teach? Like, this is only teaching you how to get yourself cancelled on social media. And don't get me wrong, I didn't include things of him getting like quoted tweeted by people telling him like he's an idiot and a retard. Because those things exist as well. Like, if you go to his account, if he hasn't deleted those tweets yet, there are people calling him out on this, like, left and right. So yeah, if there's any lessons to learn from this is how to not act like this fucking guy. And he presents himself as this stupid fucking owl, like a symbol of knowledge and wisdom. My fucking ass. And guess what happened then? Like, someone probably pulled his strings, and then he went on full apology mode to the people that he offended. Well, some of them weren't really offended, but it seems someone decided to wrangle the fucking CEO. I think losing money would make mine win by default, to be honest. This is a reply to this business plan thing. Hi, S1. Please allow me to apologize for how I reacted in this thread. What you said had some very fair and valid points. We are trying something different with the new platform and hope to build a positive environment with unique opportunities full of our talents. My actions were unprofessional, and I sincerely apologize for my messages. I hope you will support our talents despite this, as they have all worked extremely hard for this. Thank you. If this wasn't composed by fucking ChatGPT, I don't know. This doesn't seem like a reply of a human that would give. This seems like a pre-constructed AI-based reply to me. That's what it feels like to me. It doesn't feel like a human wrote it. And then there's this industry growth tweet again. Criticism is expected, especially with such an out-of-the-norm stunt in everything you've shown so far. If you prove me and those other critics wrong, then good. If not, it's unfortunate for everyone there that would have invested all their time and effort. Yep, we'll try to prove it. Thank you. And this is a good one. This is a good one too. I can't help but feel like you're setting up the talents for failure with this having 27 debuts at pretty much the same time is actually insane. This is going to turn into a battle royale of talents having to fight against each other for viewership. You're competing with yourself. And then he replied with, glad the criticism from a dummy account with 0 follower. What a damn asshole. Like, it doesn't matter that this account is probably someone's burner account. This is actually a set of valid points, but this guy just went all, oh, 0 followers, your shit's invalid. Your criticism is invalid. CEO, a venture capitalist that had a successful business in the past, acts like this on fucking social media. And then he had a similar like apology reply to this Higslog person. Hi Higslog, please allow me to apologize for what I just said here. Although we're trying different from other agencies, our goal is and always will be to help our talents be successful. I just didn't want any negative impressions of our talents as they worked very hard and long to make this happen. However, this does not justify what I said. I'd appreciate if you could accept my apology and hope you would still consider supporting our talents, as I would love for you to see what they have worked on. Thank you. Oh, Harry, like if only Riku Kazumi of fucking any color was as stupid as you, this would be much funnier. But you're just a very small CEO of a very small insignificant VTuber agency, but it's still fucking hilarious what he's doing like this. But yeah, this was the CEO for you. This is how quickly he lost fucking composure by being fucking mildly criticized. Like, let me show you something. There's a meme about this. Hold up, I had this somewhere. Oh, there it is. Let me show you. Does this work? Oh no, this doesn't work, sadly. So hold up. This might work. I hope this works. Oh, this is too big, but this is essentially the meme. Gets criticized once, fucking dies. This is the CEO. I'm sorry it pasted itself in such a stupid fucking way, but this is essentially what their fucking CEO did. Very close to fucking dying. He got criticized once. It was very good criticism at that, but he still fucking died. But we're not at the end of the shit show, because it kind of gets a little bit worse. It always gets a little bit worse before it gets better, but sometimes it doesn't get better at all. That's the nature of life for you. So let's continue on as we're looking through through AniLive and what actually AniLive was and is going to be, because AniLive is a shit show in itself. This is going to be very brief, but you will understand why AniLive it just doesn't work for a wider VTuber audience. So I'm not going to be reading most of these, but you have to understand that AniLive, even as the VTubers were debuting, is like in a closed beta state, and it was in a closed alpha just a few days ago. So that's something. So they're testing something that doesn't work right on for their VTubers on their very crucial debuts. Debuts are very important for VTubers, in case you don't know. They kind of set up VTubers whether they are gonna be watched by many people or not. Sometimes VTubers get their strides in subsequent streams and recover from very bad debuts. It happens quite a bit, but debuts are still kind of important to VTubers. They showcase their talents within those debuts. So having them debut on a platform that's pretty much fucking experimental is just not the right move, especially if you want to have these talents grow into like industry giants, as this whole Nexus endeavor is trying to set up. And they had multiple alpha tests to, like, I don't know, couple of people, because no one knows about this shit. Like four different alpha tests to essentially nobody, and probably internally too. And then there's the crypto internal currencies for fucking retweets, and I don't know what to call them. Like, what do they call them? Like AniLive coin bucks, lemons. Let's call them lemons. So everyone is a lemon whore. Everyone is a lemon whore on on AniLive, just like on DLive. DLive, I think, had lemons. I don't remember. One of these fucking streaming platform had lemons, and I like the name for crypto to be lemons. So yeah, AniLive also has its internal kind of currency you can use. It's not 100 key based coins. So yeah, you know they had internal monetization systems set up before this whole shit actually worked on a on a streamer level and on a viewer level. Fucking priorities, am I right? And this was today's the 27th, so this was just a day ago. God damn. And you know, the way to apply to actually be able to watch any of these streamers and to become an alpha tester, you had to go through this whole fucking shit to watch them. And it was only available on all of these debuts were only available on the AniLive app. And you needed to apply to it. You need to fucking pre-register to it, and then they send you a link so you can watch these fucking streams. So you don't understand how inconvenient this is to fucking watch for anybody. Not to mention that you have to go through the, you have to be bothered to actually sign up to this shit. You don't just click a link to a stream and then just watch it. No. To watch a debut from these motherfuckers, from these 27 people, you needed to go through all of this fucking form. And it's only for iOS users. Only. So again, limits you fucking greatly on what you can fucking do with this. And how many people are going to be watching it. And then you have to go through this quite lengthy form of 4 fucking pages. Asking you questions, for their internal purposes, nothing more. Do you like VTubers? How often do you watch streams? How often do you tip gift streamers? Shit like that. You go through all of this shit that you do not care about. You just want to watch this fucking streamer. And then you get a link that has you download test flight for your fucking iOS device that lets you test experimental iOS apps. And even then, that's not available to every single iOS device, because you need to be a specific version of that too. So if your device is running an older version and you cannot update for any fucking reason, well, you're shit out of fucking luck. So that's all the shit you need to do in order to watch, in order to have watched these debuts. There was one restream, like 1 or 2. I've only seen one restream of the debuts, like on Twitch, and that's all there was about that. And based on what I found out, some of these debuts got like 20 something. 20 at maximum fucking viewers at the time, concurrent viewers for these fucking debuts, with other ones like later in the day getting like in the single fucking digits, and then the restreams getting like 300 times more than that, which is funny. How do they expect these people to actually make their fucking bones out of this? I do not know. They cannot do that on YouTube. Like, they simulcast on YouTube and Twitch. No. Everything has to be on this fucking gay AniLive app. And I haven't actually showed you the screenshots of how it looks like. Because it's just your VTuber model, like front and center. You can go on the AniLive Twitter account now and see it for yourselves, but I'm gonna explain it to you verbally. So your VTuber is just front and center of all of this, and the chat isn't to the side; it's directly on the VTuber, and it appears on the VTuber covering the VTuber almost entirely within the chat. It's a very fucking small screen, very low resolution at that. The VTuber himself doesn't look like it has a lot of mobility. The rigging, whatever rigging quality was done to the VTuber kind of fails as the app cannot capture the VTuber properly. So it kind of looks like a mess. So the VTuber cannot do anything other than talk to people. This is all for Zatsus. The VTuber cannot play games on this shit, and you will understand why in a few moments as we get through some of the statements some of the applicants had about their recruitment process with Nexus. But before we get through that, here's AniLive apologizing that, you know, the closed alpha testing is just for iOS devices. Android people, you're shit out of luck. Dear all Otaku and VTuber enjoyers, thank you for your patience and interest in AniLive. Unfortunately, the AniLive closed alpha test will only be available for iOS users for now. Our team is working hard on developing the Android version. The Android version will take longer to develop, but hope to provide updates soon. It doesn't fucking matter that all our VTubers are debuting right now. The VTubers we're supporting from Nexus, they're debuting right now, but you know the most popular operation system for mobile devices, Android, is not included. Get your fucking iOS overpriced iOS device ready and watch these fucking VTuber debuts. Keep an eye out for our emails and check out the X Twitter account for the latest updates about our app. Rest assured, you'll be on top of the list for our Android version tests. I'll inform you once it's ready. Don't worry, we won't forget about you. Well, you better fucking not, because nobody is gonna watch these fucking VTubers otherwise. God damn. But yeah, we're getting into the funny stuff, more of the funny stuff now. This is all just incompetence and arrogance and setting yourself up for failure. I don't know how they plan to recover from this, but again, I'm not their fucking CEO. I don't go and have melties about my fucking streaming ventures and my company on social media. So you're probably wondering, like, what's the insider information here? Well, there have been a few fucking accounts about this, and one of them actually appeared on Reddit, on the virtual YouTuber Reddit, and it's been quite enlightening if you were to believe what these people have said there. So here's a thread on the r/virtual YouTubers subreddit, talking about the new agency Nexus is debuting 27 talents within 3 days. They are streaming on an exclusive app, and the agency expressly set up as a battle royale between streamers. And to that thread, there's a person replying saying that they were part of the recruitment process. And let's take a look at what they had to say about this shit. Edit: establishing flaws that made me reconsider going forward with Nexus. As someone who could pass screening and did an interview, none of this was established to me even in the 20-minute long video they sent me to tell me about the agency. Streaming on other platforms isn't ideal for them, as they want to primarily focus on AniLive. So basically it's okay but not encouraged. You're stuck with the app if you want them to even focus on you. Mind you, they also didn't tell anyone that AniLive was iOS only, lol. They only said it was an app and focused on chatting, and we couldn't conform to that, even that then we could leave / aren't fit for Nexus. Well, congratulations. What? Holy shit. So when did they let you know? Or did they drop you out of the process without ever finding out? I found out about it today. It was very hyped and my concerns were high. I was hoping they were just showing off talents and not debuting all 27 of them at once. But wow, I almost want to laugh, but I mainly feel upset for all these talents. Even the ones coming to the defense of the CEO. They truly don't know that this is horrible for them. in the interview, it was basically just rundown of Nexus, but not intricate detail on how they run it. You don't get a manager either. This is all self-management. It's a battle royale, but you aren't even given a weapon. And there were more. There was more statements from this person. Besides what you already said, did they say anything about these concerns / where you were able to ask these important questions, unless they only gave those after you already signed up under them with an NDA or shit, especially with the cuts on all platforms, especially their proprietary app? In terms of concerns, I wasn't given enough time in the interview, is 30 minutes, to lay all these out, and it more seemed like he just wanted to tell me why Nexus was so great, which seems par for the course considering how up his own ass the CEO is. I even asked about AniLive, and the TLDR I got was, we believe it will work because vertical streaming is very convenient. You have to stay with them for a year before you can leave. I didn't see anything in terms of penalty, and I have no clue about the models and keeping them, but I hope that Anaria keeps her models since she made it. So there are talents that actually came with their own fucking shit in there. Good to know. Also, for the operations questions, I checked the email and got the site, but I can't find it. I just lost all interest when I was told you can go on other sites, but you must be on app for a while before you can do any of that. And we won't give you much support. AniLive being the requirement before you can even can have actual freedom is stupid, especially if with the fiasco it is right now. Continue off the 40 hours amount of requirement. The CEO even told me some of the talents are in college and have jobs. This is insane. They all can't have time to take out of their day, do they? What if they need time off? It's such a time sink for a non-agency, along with the trying to self-manage. It's a fast track to burnout. And here's an additional 4chan post, which kind of shows that this Reddit user showed some screenshots from the application process. Reddit spy here. A guy is claiming on Reddit, this is redacted, but this is Reddit, that he got past screening and made it to the interview stage and talks about what they told him. Nexus is focused on AniLive. Streaming on other sites is discouraged, and you'll be ignored by the company if you do. Primary focus is on chatting. The company doesn't want you to do gaming streams. The talents were told that app would be iOS only, and only found out today. Probably explains Lulu suddenly saying she'll edit and post the views for everyone who can't watch. The company pays for the model, but that's pretty much it. Everything else you on your own, besides some self-help resources. He posted pic related as proof. Don't know if it's real or not. And here's the thing that they actually got allegedly in their application process. But based that the fucking owl is there and the same kind of font that they use, I'm inclined to believe that it's actually real. Traditional management. An academy, not an agency. Nexus doesn't provide the same level of individualized management as some traditional VTuber agencies. No dedicated manager handling bookings, negotiations, or brand deals. Nexus might offer community-based resources or support systems to help you navigate these areas. Might. Not will. Might. Focus on self-management skills. No guaranteed salary. Joining Nexus is just the beginning of your virtual career. Not employment, no obligations for talents. Nexus is the platform for you to use and realize your dream. The more actively you try to use Nexus, the bigger support you'll be getting. And with that, also using AniLive. So we might help you, but other than that, just do shit on your own. And there's more. Talent community. Built-in collaboration network. Established talents community of 30 VTubers creates a ready-made network for collaboration. It doesn't matter if these you do not mesh with these people, like random people. I mean, think about it. Like even on Face Connect's level, when the Face Connect talents, when the new Face Connect talents sit in a fucking basement, quote unquote, and get to know each other, so they mesh and collaborate better with one another when it comes to that later on. How well do you think 30 plus people are gonna be, collaborating with one another when they don't have any fucking time to get to know one another? Do you think 30 people can form bonds so easily with one another for future collaborations? Do you think it's gonna be that easy? The Face Connect talents have sat in that fucking basement, quote unquote, and got to know each other for months before they debut. These people had no time to do that. You can connect with other talents, plan joint streams or projects, and leverage each other's audiences to expand your reach and grow your fan base faster. Fosters a sense of camaraderie and support, not not camaraderie and support. This is them being pitched against one another because you clearly told them that the more dedicated they are, the better they do. The higher numbers they get, the more support they're gonna get. So they're gonna be fighting one another for viewers. They're sooner, keep their shit to their own devices instead of collaborating and losing the chance to get viewers, or they will use one another for viewers. That's also a possibility. It happens all the time in the fucking indie world. Academia curriculum, structured training and development, courses on streaming best practices, content creation, audience engagement, even technical aspects like avatar rigging or software use. Learning from experienced instructors and practicing your skills in a supportive environment, mentorship and experienced VTubers or industry professionals. In academia events, platform for collaboration and competition. Events provide a platform for practical application of the skills learned in the curriculum and opportunity to earn special bonus. What special bonus? Doesn't even say what it is. Just like school activities, would organized in academy events that encourage talents to compete each other to step up with win rewards addition to the daily stream activities. You always have goals to aim to foster your skills set further. Freedom of career choice. Enjoy the autonomy to decide what you want to be. Leverage your AniLive presence as a springboard to growth on other platforms. Yeah, on other platforms that have a much bigger viewer base that you have access to immediately, but instead you are here stuck in AniLive and you are discouraged to actually go to those fucking platforms. Stream your fucking Zatsus to like 5 fucking people instead of going on YouTube and actually having a chance, or going on Twitch and having a chance to actually gain a better audience. No restrict your fucking, they didn't spell check it. No restrict your creative output. You can develop pre-recorded content, short-form videos, or other creative formats in the multi-platform. Provide resources or support that helps you explore different career paths within VTubing. And yeah, that's what it is. They want them to do Zatsus. Their app doesn't even support them doing gaming streams because you cannot do it on it. Like, let me show you. Like, let me bring it up real quick. I didn't prepare a screenshot for this, but let me show you what it actually looks like so you can get a better idea. Let me go real quick to the fucking app and how it's supposed to look like. It's all very fucking small and only good for talking to people, and I don't know. I don't think you can even do very much with your model in that sort of setup because the tracking just kind of doesn't work properly, it seems. Let me show you real quick. So this is what it looks like, and this is how limited it is. the chat shows up on the VTuber, and if you type in a bigger message, the VTuber is pretty much covered in by the chat. It's all super fucking small, and it's only usable for Zatsus because it just doesn't support anything else. This is what it looks like. This is what it's supposed to be. This is the new super duper streaming platform that AniLive is offering. So innovative, such innovation. I mean, it looks clean, but it's kind of useless if you want to do more streams than just by showing your avatar. I don't think you can even show anything else other than your avatar on this. I don't think it supports anything else. It's like made for shorts and TikTok retards. That's what it is. But you know, this is not the end of the stream just yet. There's more. There's always more. I always have more until I don't. So this was the Reddit thread. This is how the Reddit thread went. But there's more miscellaneous stuff as people were commenting on the shit. Because there were people that made statements about this in different sort of circumstances and in different contexts. More people talking about the process they went through. Here's a VTuber called Seren, a space assassin. I want to give my 2 cents on this as someone that passed the first wave and the recent auditions and dropped out. I know some Nexus members are following and I love you. I truly wish you the best of luck and I try my best to support your debuts. That being said, some things that set off my red flag radar. You are required to stream 5 days a week, 2 hours each time. The CEO straight up says that if you live a lifestyle that doesn't allow you this, you shouldn't join. It really rubs me the wrong way to force your initial wave of talents to invest this much time and energy, and possibly money by quitting their job education for an agency and a platform that has no reputation yet. And only has a bad reputation at this point. No personalized management. Individual talents don't get managers or advice. Instead of Nexus works as a school where a group of people get educated all at once on the basic of content creation. At that point, I see no reason for established content creators to join. New ones, sure, but once again, we go back to the first point, which is why force new VTubers to invest this much time? You are encouraged to stream off AniLive app to garner a larger audience. So on top of streaming 5 days for the hours on the required app, you now have to spend more time on effort promoting yourself on other platforms because they are where it's best way to garner an audience? What? The obvious red flag being that Nexus plans on debuting 100 talents. Holy shit, if that ain't a battle royale made the best VTuber rise to the top type of shit, I don't know what is. Working off that, you get rewarded based on off the performance. But if you do poorly, you get less access to resources and help. Remember how people don't get personalized management? It really is just a skill issue for these talents. I'm still going to keep tabs on support for these talents because they deserve it. But I think this kind of business model should always warrant discussing and for us to share our criticism. Content creation is a very serious space, and we want to make sure the talents signing up for agencies won't be mistreated. And here's someone that had to say a thing about AniLive, because AniLive, okay, of course, is also involved as it is this streaming platform of choice for Nexus. Sketch as fuck company. AniLive approached me to have me at their booth at Offkai. Made it sound like a meet and greet, but they wouldn't give me any info on what this gig entails and kept pushing to discuss details in a Discord call. I refused and kept asking questions, and they flat out said they want to make merch out of me, but without compensation other than exposure. So, do things on the cheap all the time and just get all the profit from our fucking people for the talents fucking working for free. And even AniLive supposedly did that as well. Contact a VTuber and want to make merch out of them and then just pay them in exposure. like these people have any exposure to give. Like they're fucking big dogs already. But guess what? Our favorite token black person, because yes, he is one in Sea Dog's entourage. Evanit, Evanito or Evanit Zero, whatever you want to fucking call it, decided to chime in on this one, and you'll understand soon why he decided to talk about this too. So the VTuber conversations of the day are the everyone hates Nexus because no one bothered to read up on what it actually is. Misinformation once again spreading in this community. Still though, a valid concerns that some of you have, but I personally wouldn't care too much. Yes, I'm mutuals with the CEO, but it doesn't affected my opinion. Genuinely, I think the school system is something Niji-sanji tried and it clearly didn't work too well there either. So why bother trying on your own? All in all, yeah, it's dumb. Yeah, it probably won't last in yeah. You can't even support them because they're using an app that's not even out yet. But I think that's the point. Like, this is all just a trial. Don't bother bringing your concerns to me. I genuinely can care less. I just think it's silly conversation that didn't need to happen. Then why the fuck did you make this tweet? You just wanted attention as always. You always want to make it about yourself, don't you? Don't you? Like, we shouldn't have talked about this. We could have all just ignored it. Also, VTubers seem to hate male VTubers again. This one is valid. Men suck. I am a man. Like, shut the fuck up, you retard. Men do not suck. Men that flagellate themselves because other men suck do suck. So, shut the fuck up and have a little bit of fucking dignity, please. Men suck. I know I'm a man. I suck. I can't say more because YouTube is gonna ban me. And then other people commented on this as well. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan with the way things seem to be set up. But if you're one of the talents, I mean, you've agreed to that. Assumedly, you're an adult. You can make your own decisions on what you want to try. I mostly just wish the debuts weren't so close together. Let's give VTubers crash course on reading contracts. That's what the community actually needs. And here's Nanobytes replying to him. I didn't really agree with your first tweet, but this is something I absolutely agree is needed. A lot of contracts are pretty on the surface, and we see the companies that hand them out collapse big time. Who is this again? A guy that's in Sea Dog's entourage. He's a fucking coattail surfer. That's how he became popular, by leeching off other people. That's who Evanid is, and Nanos is a cool VTuber. Nanobytes, go watch her. And you may be wondering, like, why did Evanid actually decide to talk about this, like, at all? Like, what's his stake in this? Well, let's take a look at his stake. Here's Harry, you know, Mr. Owl here, welcoming a few dudes, including Evanito or Evanit Zero, to Japan. How convenient is that he may or may not have been sponsored to come to Japan by the CEO for creators and Nexus? Like, what a coincidence that is, and the fact that he decided to chime in on something he shouldn't actually, you know, have any business talking about, but, you know, kinda gets the fucking noggin jogging, activates my fucking almonds just a little bit. He may have some vested interest in defending a person that may have sponsored his fucking trip to fucking Japan. Allegedly, I don't know if he sponsored him, but considering they seem to be buddy here, and you know, Harry here welcoming them to Japan officially on his other Twitter account, just kind of, you know, makes me notice things. I like to notice things, chat. I'm good at noticing things. But yeah, Evanito. I'm gonna call him Evanito. I don't know if it's Evanit Zero or Evanit whatever. I'm just gonna call him Evanito. He likes to make things about himself, even when the things he talks about aren't anywhere near connected to him. That's what he does. That's what he does best. But yeah, that's the current up-to-date history on AniLive and Nexus. And I have a few things to add on my own. What do I have to add on my own to this shit show in development? Well, one thing I am personally kind of noticing again is that a lot of these VTubers here they use a lot of hashtags for their fucking debut announcements. And even Nexus and even the CEO, they use a lot of hashtags on Twitter. And for someone that is supposed to have some expertise on content creation, how to sell yourself to others, not only via streaming but also social media, I imagine, because that's also included in that. You would know very well that using hashtags actually deboosts your range. It deboosts you in the algorithm for Twitter. Using hashtags is actually detrimental, and the more you use them, the less you're gonna be noticed. The less the algorithm is gonna push your tweets out there. So just don't use them anymore. Sorry, I got to take a sip. Yeah, one good. Let me explain it how it works. There's a few things I can tell you about Twitter's algorithm that have been made public. The one good thing about Elon Musk taking over Twitter, not renaming it to X, because that's a bad decision. That's a bad SEO decision, even if your website is like second or third in the world in terms of traffic. The good thing about him taking over Twitter is the fact that a lot of Twitter's code, how the site is coded, has been made public. And people learned about shadow bans that way, that they're an actual thing that, is within the code. But the more important thing they learned from it is that there are certain things that the algorithm takes into account when boosting or deboosting your tweets. One of them, with the latest addition, being that if you use too many hashtags, and now even if you use any hashtag at all, you're gonna get deboosted by a not an insignificant margin within the algorithm. So you just do not use it anymore. And if the Nexus people were actually experts on any of that, because this is all public knowledge, this is not like some super secret insider stuff. This is things you can look up. I looked this up because this is actually beneficial to my work, to my actual professional work, knowing how Twitter algorithm works. So if any of these motherfuckers were actually experts on this, or any kind of, had any kind of sense, they would know that using hashtags doesn't help them, especially on their fucking debuts. It's deboosts them in the algorithm, and the only way they're gonna get any significant traction is if they actually get retweeted, and if people actually stay on their tweets for long enough of time. You probably noticed, and I imagine some of you noticed, that sometimes gimmick accounts that focus on video content are pushed on your Twitter feeds, right? You probably see that, like accounts that you have never interacted with suddenly pop in on your Twitter feed, and they're usually video related. Have you seen that? I bet some of you have seen that. There's a lot of gimmick accounts that focus on video content that spring up in your For You tab. And sometimes, even if you haven't interacted with them before, even if you haven't interacted with a specific type of content before on Twitter, they spring up in your feed because the algorithm pushes them so much that they are recommended to almost all Twitter users out there. And this is also how they gain their own followings. And you may be asking, why is that? Why these particular accounts get so much traction? Well, because video content is very big on Twitter, especially if you can post longer videos. The trick to actually getting the most significant boosts within the algorithm on Twitter is to have people stay on your tweet, have it open for an extended period of time. This is when you get a huge boost to your algorithm, to algorithm actually noticing you and pushing you out there. And you know, it's very obvious why these accounts, these gimmick accounts that post video content, get that sort of traction, because people stay on their tweets for an extended period of time to watch videos that are longer than 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Yes, there's actually a time limit where the algorithm kicks in. It's like something like 2 minutes and 10 seconds when you get a huge boost to your tweet's visibility via that. So yeah, this is how these accounts are pushed to you, even if you have previously not interacted with them in any sort of way. And if you see them now, because just seeing them in your feed is good enough for Twitter to think that you're actually interested in that content. Just seeing it once, not even interacting with, like, clicking on the tweet, liking it, or retweeting it, bookmarking it. Even if you don't do any of that, Twitter considers it that you are semi-interested in that. So you will see more of that particular account's content going forward, if you even have seen it once. To disable that, well, you can of course block them or mute them, or you can just tell Twitter yourself that you're not interested in content. You go into a menu on your upper right side and say that you aren't interested in this particular content that shows up on your For You tab, and then you will get less of that. But sometimes, again, because these accounts are so significant, they have such significant push within the algorithm, they will still show up to you, even if you said that you're not interested in this type of content. And this is how it works. This is how you push yourself out. So to any prospective VTubers out there, push your fucking video content on Twitter, and make sure it's long enough. Put your shorts out there. Put even your longer form video content on there on Twitter. It's gonna get significant boost out there, and you're only gonna benefit from it. Does reading the thread on the tweet count as engagement? If you click on, like, even if you listen here, we have to make a difference between impressions and engagement. Like, an impression is a view. So if you see something, that's like one impression. Engagement is anything you do to a tweet. So let's say you click on a tweet, that counts as engagement. You click on an image within a tweet, that counts as another engagement. You stay on the tweet for an extended period of time, that also counts as engagement. You like the tweet, engagement. You bookmark the tweet, engagement. You retweet the tweet, engagement. You comment on the tweet, engagement. All of these things have multiple different values when it comes to how much it boosts that particular tweet within the algorithm. The most people get from the most boost people get from Twitter is by staying on the tweet for extended periods of time. The second thing is commenting on tweets. That also boosts them high in the algorithm. Liking and retweeting also boosts them, but to a lesser extent. Retweeting is better than liking, but liking is still good. Bookmarking, I don't remember at this point what kind of value it had, because all of these things have numerical values within the algorithm. And all of this you can find by Twitter analysts on Twitter itself. This is not like some super secret knowledge that you found out just from me right now. This is all thing you can research just by looking it up. Yes, rage baiting works because people engage with these tweets. This is how they're boosted in the algorithm. The more you engage with something, the more pushed it's gonna be. There's some things that have botted likes, yes. tens of thousands of likes. That's also a thing. But there are tweets out there that have a natural push to them because people have interacted with them so much. Quote retweets also count to a degree, if I remember correctly. But replying under a tweet counts even more towards boosting that particular tweet. So this is the sad reality of Twitter, and this is how it works. This is all of a game. This is also one of the reasons why Elon Musk said that he will start banning like engagement farming tweets, because some people know how this shit works, and they will start shit just to get engagement. Like the most common one, lolicon is pedophilia shit that people do for attention. That's one of these things, and very often these tweets are also botted to boot, so they get an extra sort of engagement from this, because even bots count as users on Twitter. Like, bots aren't exempt until they are suspended on Twitter. They serve the same function as any user, and very often bots even have Twitter like X premium bot, so they show up much more frequently on very popular tweets. If you noticed, and again, I'm very good at noticing, if you find a mainstream popular tweet on Twitter, like something that is hugely popular, especially when it comments on politics, below it, right, the first few replies to these particular tweets will have premium users often saying nonsensical things. These are bots that have bought Twitter Premium, that someone bought Twitter Premium for them. And they reply to them to boost themselves, because often they are weird gimmick accounts that just farm for engagements themselves. So they use these particular tweets as farms for themselves. It's all bullshit. It's all a game of fucking numbers to a lot of people. So you have been enlightened by this stream that Twitter is bullshit, and it's all a numbers game and farming engagement. So if you see VTuber tweets with like looking for small VTubers to support, I like small VTubers so fucking much, I want to fucking hug them all, these are engagement farms, always have been. Never reply to these, because these people do not care about boosting you, because that's bullshit. They're boosting themselves because you reply to them. You reply to them and you boost them by doing that. You get very little attention yourself by replying. They aren't going to fucking promote you. These VTubers aren't going to promote you. They're in it for themselves. They want to promote themselves. Do not engage with engagement-based tweets. Tell them to go fuck themselves in your mind. Do not engage them, otherwise maybe you should run a gimmick account like I do to point out something stupid. Maybe then you do. But then I usually just take screenshots, and taking screenshots of something doesn't give them engagement unless you go to their tweets. So that's a way to circumvent that. But again, I went on a tangent here. But yeah, going back to my original point, if these people knew anything about how to promote your VTubers on social media, they would tell them not to use these fucking hashtags. They would tell them to promote video content, to post as much video content as possible, and make sure that it's engaging enough so people stay on it long enough and comment below it. But these people do not know what they're doing, in case you haven't noticed at this point. They want to do something novel, something that they think it works, but it doesn't work. If you're a VTuber watcher and have common sense, you know it doesn't work. Again, the AniLive app is not attractive to common users. It's not user-friendly, like, at all. I haven't included some tweets, but there's bugs. There's bugs up the ass in the AniLive app. Sometimes the chat just fucking disappears and doesn't appear, like, again. And the stream has to be kind of, I don't know, nudged or restarted. Sometimes it can't comment at all because your chat box disappears. So again, shitloads of bugs within the app. And this is all at the time that these VTubers are debuting. So how the fuck are they supposed to make a good first impression on people if they do it on a platform that's severely limited by not only technical faults but also by availability on fucking iOS, limited to iOS? Like, it's all very counterproductive. I don't know how they think they can create the next big thing using this when YouTube is just out there. And they can do much better just streaming on YouTube. And it's not super fucking difficult as they say it is. Anyone can do it. It's not that hard. You have to read a few things, and then you're done. And then you just press go live, and you're set. So yeah, incompetent people dealing with people that are kind of starstruck, that want to make it big, and I feel sorry for them because most of them won't. I didn't even go into the VT thread on this because it's kind of funny, because virtually nobody other than VT is kind of interested in this, other than drama whores like me, because this is interesting and kind of serves as a warning what to avoid. But before I end the stream, let me tell you what kind of threads VT, the virtual YouTuber board on 4chan, has had about this. They have general threads about all kinds of VTubers, all kind of agencies, and for Nexus they have several threads at this point called BRG, which stands for Battle Royale General, of course. And they call all VTubers from Nexus tributes, like in the Hunger Games. The players, the participants in the Hunger Games were called tributes. So the channels called them tributes, and they're all pretty much now betting who's gonna graduate first, who's gonna fuck up the other talents there. They're placing their bets, who's the best one, who's the worst one. All of it seems tongue-in-cheek for the most part, but I'm assuming within those people there's always some person or two that thinks that seriously about all of these things. But yeah, they're pretty much making shitpost after shitpost about tributes and who's gonna fuck up the other guy or girl, making all kinds of jokes about it. Let me find one they found particularly humorous. Let's see what's there. Yeah, one of the VTubers, one of the 27 VTubers that debuted, has caught their attention because she's kind of energetic, and they call themselves sheep friends. Not to use a slur, I can use that. I can do that on YouTube. And they started a small cult of sheep friends, pushing her. Wanting her to fuck up everybody else. It's funny like that. It's less of a joke and more of some sort of organizational thing. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing. They're messing around. Here's one comment. My favorite part will be when they all eventually die and will be revealed that Larry Bundy Jr. has been part of Nexus all along and no one noticed, and he will survive yet another battle royale. That's a very deep cut, and it goes back to fucking Channel Awesome. Larry Bundy Jr. is like a former Channel Awesome contributor, and he survived the great Channel Awesome purge. But that's a story for another time. But yeah. Oh yeah, and I forgot to add, all of the Nexus VTubers within the debuts, they have like 30 minutes for debut. All of them. I don't think they had more time than that. 30 minutes to make an impression on an app that nobody fucking watches. To have viewership of small double or single digits. What a fantastic prospect towards a VTubing career. This Nexus thing is. I feel bad for all of them. And I hope if any of them actually becomes any sort of popular, like any capacity, that they fucking bail and use this as a stepping stone. Not because, you know, AniLive did this shit for them or Nexus did this shit for them. Just because, you know, shit posters on 4chan or some other place noticed that they have some sort of value as VTubers and just follow them for that. I think that's the best they can hope for. Because I don't think this platform has a long life, like, at all. I think it's, again, it's gonna go the way of the dodo very soon. And that's gonna be it. And that's also gonna be it for the stream. This shit show will continue. Some people probably already bailed on this, and this whole thing is just gonna fall into obscurity. As most ventures like this do. So yeah, thanks for coming out. Thanks for joining me on exploring this shit show briefly. Next stream, probably next Saturday. Don't know what's gonna be. I still want to fucking watch that VTuber video. I really want to watch it, but new things keep coming and getting in my way. I too want to sometimes be a piece of shit React content streamer on Twitch and just play videos and comment on them with ignorant lack of knowledge. But yeah, we'll see what the next one is gonna be about. Might be finally watching that the worst VTuber in the world video, or it might be something else because something always happens within this wacky world of VTubers. But yeah, you guys have a good one. Don't join Nexus. Stay hydrated and be good. Have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good midday, wherever you find yourself in the world. And I'll play you guys off with some fitting music after I select it. So you guys take care and be good. Bye bye.